Hey Jammers, it's Spirit Jammer here, and well, you read the video title, you can see my den, you can see my username. It's time to make a video on being a non-member. Now this was doomed to happen eventually because my membership was running out and it was running out fast, but don't worry, I'll probably have it again by next video. So let's get right into today's video. Alright, so here's the first thing I want to talk about, jamograms. Let's say I want to go give my buddy a jamogram. Let's search them up. And I noticed that, wow, they have a pirate sword on their outfit. So I want to ask them, oh hey, is your pirate sword for trade? But here's the problem, I can't. Non-members cannot type their own messages. I mean, that kind of confuses me. I mean, it's not really that great of a benefit. I mean, like, I can't say that, hey, is your pirate sword for trade? I have to say, do you want to trade, or trading in my den, or let's go to your den, or meet me in my den. And it's kind of annoying, because you can't just say, is your pirate sword for trade? And then you have to go to their den, and they might not even come, and you have to, like, say, come to your den 1,000 times. When they finally come, you're like, hey, is your pirate sword for trade? And they're like, no, it's not for trade. And it's like, it's pretty annoying. But here's a way to get past that. Now, if you need to talk to a member, members have jammer walls, but non-members do not have a jammer wall of their own, but it doesn't mean that they can't comment or talk on members' jammer walls. So I saw this person, and they needed to trade with me, and they were like, hey, do you want to trade? Except since they were a non-member and they couldn't jamogram me that, they typed it on my wall, and I was like, wow, that's actually really smart. So that is a good way to get past that hurdle. All right, let's talk about the next thing. Okay, so the next thing is masterpieces. So, you know, you're creating your masterpiece and you're like, wow, this is really cool, and you really like it, and you're like, hey, you know what, I love this so much and I want this to be in my den. And you go to create a den item and you're choosing your frame and you're like, oh man, this is so exciting. And like, oh, I'm so excited for this to be in my den. And then you realize only members can create masterpieces. And it's like, okay, how do I make a masterpiece? Or is it just impossible for non-members to make masterpieces? Well, it's not, actually. I mean, I'm pretty sure literally everyone knows this, but in case you've been living under a rock, there's a thing called masterpiece tokens, which you can use to create masterpieces, even if you're a non-member. And they're not worth too much. They're worth maybe a clothing beta to a few rims. So they're actually pretty easy to get. And everyone gets one every year so far on Christmas, you know, on the Holiday gifts. And it's not like they're super rare because, well, there are 10 million people playing Animal Jam. And, well, some of them obviously played during the Holiday time, which means there are a lot of masterpiece tokens in the game. So, yeah. There's hope for you, artists, non-members. Alright, on to the next thing. Here's one thing I want to talk about. Dens. Now, I mean, there are tons of non-member den items. I mean, like, there are a lot of them, which is really awesome. But there is a problem. There are literally no non-member dens. Here, I'll prove it to you. Let's go and count how many non-member dens there are in stores right now. We got Spring Small House, the Sunken Ship, and nothing else. I mean, you could at least give them, like, one more den. I mean, the seasonal houses, like the seasonal small houses, those are pretty good. But I mean, doesn't really give them a lot of options. Like, this is really small space, unlike some of the other dens in the game. Like some of the more unpopular dens, like the Pixel Den. Maybe make that non-member, because, you know, maybe that den would get more usage, because I don't think I've ever seen someone in use with that den. Poor den, it's so underrated, even though it is such a copy of Minecraft. Alright, let's move on to the final thing in the video. Items! I've been playing Animal Jam for a while, and, well, this is my inventory. There are not that many non-member items in the game. Compared to the member items, there are still a lot of non-member items. But compared to the member items, they're pretty scarce. And I had a pretty difficult time putting together this look. And it took me a while, because I was like, oh, there's like, what do I put on? So, yeah. But here's one thing that they did amazing. Promo items! Yes! Look at this, Lion Mane. Non-member. Great. Because, well, this encourages a bunch of people and also brings up item wantedness a lot. Because, well, if you're not a member, the boxes, like, you're like, oh, if they're just member items, you'd be like, oh, well, that's boring, I can't even use that. But they're not. Members can wear them too, which is amazing. And also, seals. Seals. Non-member, rare pet. They are so wanted, and I'm pretty sure they're so wanted because they're also wanted by non-members. Like, that's awesome. Non-members can have them too. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope that I was able to bring a little bit of enjoyment into your day. Also, I have a special announcement. Like I said last video, I am giving away a green short spiked wrist at 25 subscribers. So let's try and reach that goal, guys. Alright, well, I'll see you later, and until then, jam on.